Well, hello. Welcome. Glad you can join me for this week's Guy in the Booth reviews. I am the guy in the booth, James. Hello. Hello there. And this week on our Ghostbusters Guy in the Booth reviews, we have some very cool stuff that I've been promising for weeks if you've watched to the end of the video and not just switched off, which is fine, I guess. But thank you so much anyway to everyone who has been watching. My one of my videos crept over a small milestone, so it means people are out there and people are clicking on it and people are watching me for a certain amount of time. So I thank you. But welcome into the booth. It is a bit warm today, so I do apologize for that in advance. So let's just crack on, shall we, with some news. Okay, first up in the news, we have Jason Reitman has had some interesting quotes in an interview recently. He said that actually the original Ghostbusters were meant to be a surprise, and I in Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I find this fascinating because they were photographed even before filming had wrapped. They were photographed in Calgary all together, so it was going to be difficult, especially considering how public they were being with shooting. So there were no secrets. It was what it is. So, it does seem a little bit odd, but I think it's still going to be a surprise when they show up in the film, how they show up in the film. Everyone's got their own predictions of how they're going to do it. I hope they show up as a team. Some people think that they may all drop in individually, and then maybe Bill Murray just shows up as Peter Venkman at the very end. Some very crazy theories out there, but I like the crazy theories. It means people are out there and thinking outside the box, but maybe look at the box a little bit more, just a little bit more. Then maybe not think too far outside of it, but that's your prerogative. Anyway, and yes, with that, it's fascinating. But speaking of Afterlife, Adam Savage, his YouTube page, Tested, is he's had some incredible access. We've already seen him drive the drive Ecto 1 around just around the lot, which was fascinating. Considering I'm British and I'm used to the gear stick that does this, and you've got the old-fashioned. I don't know. It's all good. You know how to. You have a stick on the side. We have a stick in the middle. There we go. I said it. Anyway, but he's done a short video where he is in Egon's farmhouse. Now, this is a fascinating video because it was with the set dressers, so they gave away a couple of the cheap and easy Easter eggs, the Cheez-Its, the Tower of Books, the toaster. There was things like that, and apparently there was lots of Twinkies. So, I'm going to be playing spot how many Twinkies we can see in Egon's kitchen, but you might spot other things that I don't spot on first viewing. So this is very exciting because we know there's going to be lots of little things. There's probably some stuff that they said, no, you have to film this way. And if you don't, then, great. Try not to catch this. Try not to look out the window too much. Try not to do this. Try not to do that. But it's a fascinating video. They built that place in a matter of weeks just for the purpose of filming. And, it looks incredible. So yeah, as a piece of practical set, it's sensational. I genuinely cannot wait to see stuff. I hope it's not all centered around his farmhouse, but most of it is going to be that, because I want to be focusing on the story, not watching out for little Easter eggs, little things that you spot. But anyway, I'm sure you all will too. But if you walk out of your first viewing of it going, I spotted this, this, and this, but I have no idea what happened in that scene. If you realize it's going to be text heavy and exposition heavy, then, have a look around, watch the screen, see what's going on, see if you spot anything else. His glasses, his spores and fungus, any of those things. Be wonderful. And finally in the news, of course, it was Bill Murray, his 71st birthday this week. And very happy returns, Mr. William James Murray. You are an icon. We love you. And yeah. By the way, I've been watching The Dead Don't Die this week. It's a slow burner, but it's just wonderful to watch Bill Murray work, isn't it? But yes, and that is that. Okay, so this week I've been talking about it for weeks. I was meant to do it a couple of weeks ago. Didn't happen. But, things happen. We're going to talk about the minis. The minis, not the little cars from the Italian Job, nor the slightly bigger cars that aren't really that mini anymore, but that's still the brand. No, we're talking about the mini models of the Ghostbusters equipment. Now, I'm going to start with the ones that I have. There might be more. I'm not sure. There's a wonderful Proton Pack model, but it's mounted. It's gorgeous, but costs an arm and a leg. I missed out on it just by not paying attention, I guess, as is always the way with these things. But yes, so these minis. I mean, the first one I'm going to show is from the contentious Answer the Call, but actually, the Answer the Call pack as a mini isn't half bad. Look at that. It's just gorgeously steampunk. Let's just have a little bit of a zoom in. It's a bit loose on the connector, which is fine, I guess. But yeah, it's a nice piece of kit. If you look at that, that's just wonderful. And yeah, it's the level of detail is phenomenal. It's got little packs on the back if you want to fit it to your hamster. If your hamster doesn't chew through the wires. But yes, so, and it does do something, so it's... Oh yeah, it makes noises. And it's a cracky little thing. It doesn't light up on the back as it should. I think that's a wasted opportunity. That's just one small LED, but that's where the speaker is. So otherwise it would be about this big. But this is... It's a nice little collectible, that. Okay, the film isn't great, but you know what? Some of the props were really cool. And I'm happy to go with that. Second of all, we're going to go. But yeah, so just go with that. Second of all, we have the wonderful PKE meter. Now, I'm not going to shake this around too hard because I haven't taken the things that are in it out of it. There's just a few bits and bobs. But you get a sticker book in there, and you also get the delightful little PKE. And it's great. I've had this for a couple of years. It's just a lovely bit of toy to faff around with. But you know what? And I've got one of these. I've got the Spirit PKE, and it's good. But this one just sounds better. You know, I mean, I haven't got my hands on the new Hasbro one yet, so it'll be interesting to do. I might do a quick video showing the 3, but that's not bad. That noise, and then, oh yeah. Takes a couple of then it kicks into the secondary phase, and then yeah, nice and easy. I walked around a Comic-Con with this with my good friend Ecto Crank, and he had his full size one, and I think he brought a spare for me to have as well. But I jokingly was walking around with this, and I went to hand this to a child to sort of go, here you go, try this, and little boy dressed up as a Ghostbuster, and he says, no, I want the big one. So we went following around. So I gave him the big one, and we went following around. And Wolf from Gladiators, the UK Gladiators from the 90s, was there. And he stood there and just went, I'm not a ghost. Huh? Anyway, by the by, that is... I love this thing. But he wanted the big proper one. This one's just hilarious. Because it is just... There you go. Whee. It's great. It is a great piece of kit. You get a sticker book in there, which is very nice. It's very lovely. But that's not what you're here for. You all know about that. You're here for this. The trap. The trap. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, the trap. Now, this trap. Look at the size of it. It's great, isn't it? The detail on it is wonderful. It comes with batteries, LR44s. I believe that's the same as LR41s. Shows what I know. But yeah, it's a wonderful thing. The attention to detail is incredible on it. Let's just zoom that in a little bit over here. And but look at that. That is great. That is a wonderful piece of kit. The wheels don't move, but I don't need it to. it is not going to be going anywhere. It would be hilarious if the wheels did move, because I would roll it across the floor, probably at Comic-Con. But this one is a bit more simple. It is actually switch activated. And then, you know, look at that. Does all that. It looks pretty cool. And you press the button to trap it. And you get a nice, hey, come on James, learn how to use the screen. And you get a nice little red dot there, and then showing it's full. And then it goes all over again. I mean, the fact that it's, my only criticism of this is it's a glorious thing. Mine's a little bit defective. The doors don't open properly. The doors are already partially open. If you have a look at that, you see it's not flat. You can push it down and be a bit more flat. But my main criticism of it is because it does that. I'd have it the other way around. Now, if I've got a defective one, I would want that to be its normal state. And then that to be when I press the button. But I can't really complain that that is it. It's a cheap, not cheap, it's actually, it's quite dear actually for what it is. It's about £14 or $14. It's about £9 in the UK. Go figure. But for what it is, I'd have just the other way around would have just been better for me. Now, if that is wrong, if that is incorrect, please do let me know. Because I'd love to see a fully functioning one, a properly functioning one. And if I've got a defective one, then I will send it back and get another non-defective one. But who knows? So yeah, they're three very, very cool pieces of kit, aren't they? They just are. They just are. They're really cool. So that is, I mean, that is that for this week. They're three really cool, really good-looking pieces of kit. The PK sounds great. The trap sounds the wrong way, but looks magnificent, and as does the proton pack from Answer the Call. So, RP Minis, your next challenge, and I want you to accept this, is to make the hero pack from either of the films, either of the first two. I will gladly take Ghostbusters 2 because that's just great. But finally, this T-shirt. Hello. I bought this off Wish, but it's readily available from other places. It's a Jurassic Park logo with Ghostbusters. My chest. So, if I can find it, I'll post a link to it. It is a wonderful T-shirt. In fact, I wore it when this was a Grace rehearsal, and the person who designed it found me and went, "That's my T-shirt. That's really cool." I'm full of little anecdotes today. Full of them. Anyway, join us next time where I'll have some more stuff. I will have some more stuff. I do have more stuff. And I will keep going until I run out of stuff. And I'll probably get some more. Anyway, all the best. Stay safe. And if you are troubled by strange noises in the middle of the night, or you have feelings of dread in your basement or attic, then don't hold on another minute and call the professionals, because they're coming in less than 2 months. That's the important thing. Less than 2 months. Anyway, be safe, be good, and ta-ra.